My name is Amar Gooden, and it's a Storytime production. About to get into this freshest flow of the Rio Grande River system. The Rio Grande River system begins in the San Juan mountain ranges in southern Colorado. This is where it gets its source of water from the melting snow every spring. The Rio Grande travels through New Mexico, Texas, and Mexico, where it empties out into the Gulf. The journey is 1,896 miles long, making the Rio Grande River system the fourth largest river in the U.S. and the 12th largest river in the world. This unique system formed around 3 million years ago when water from the San Juan drained into a rift, carving the path we see today. Branching off of the Rio Grande River are many tributaries like the Pecos, Devils River, Cornetos River, and Budo, Santa Fe River, and the San Juan. Those are a few because it's a lot. And since we're talking about a lot, this river's watershed covers 182,200 square miles. Along the course, the Rio Grande is influenced by different climates in different regions. The Rio Grande River gets about 0.9 inches of rainfall per year from the middle waters going into the delta where it empties in the Gulf. As a result of climate, the Rio Grande River experiences severe drought that changes the flow. In the summer of 2001, the river failed to reach the Gulf for the first time. Then, after a good spring, the flow continued, but then stopped in the summer of 2002. Exotic water plants like the hydrilla that are capable of doubling population in 12 days are clogging the flow of the Rio Grande, making it barely navigable. The Rio Grande is an alluvial river system, meaning that it changes and adjusts to carry the available water and sediment discharge with no net change to the hydraulic geometry. In other words, the Rio Grande can be continuously changing based on the average conditions, and these conditions vary because of the different locations of the Rio Grande River system. Erosion at the drainage basin due to lowering base level then leads to a steepened slope on the river, which can later create upstream degradation. Drought can cause sediment imbalance, which affects the flow magnitude, frequency, and duration of the water discharge. Some of these are altered by dams that are along the river. Rio Grande is an essential freshwater source for over 13 million people living in northern Mexico and the southwestern United States. From its headwaters in Colorado to Fort Quitman in Texas, over 300,000 acres are irrigated, including 25,000 acres on the Mexican side of this section of the basin. Agriculture, including livestock production, accounts for over 85% of the surface water withdrawals in the Rio Grande River basin. 22 dams following the river has evolved life in and around it, holding back sediment that would naturally replenish downstream ecosystems. Since development along the river, 7 species of fish have been absent, like the American eel, the sturgeon, and the Rio Grande silvery minnow. With that list, 5 native mussels are also gone from the Rio Grande River ecosystem. Since the river was used by civilization, Texans and Mexicans have argued over the rights of the flowing water, since it's one of the only freshwater sources in the region. Nearly 3/4 of the river borders U.S. and Mexico, splitting the drainage basin in half. In 1899, a channel was dug for flood control, which created the Cordova Island. In 1944, Mexico and U.S. signed a treaty over the border of the Rio Grande River. In 1997, the river was named an American Heritage. I would love to discuss more about the Rio Grande River system with you, but this is all the time I got. This is a Storytime production, and you're speaking with the freshest about the freshest river.